Welcome back to Chop on the Top. Sorry for my co-host. He's running a little late. I think he may have gotten lost in a cemetery. I don't know. What on God is going on? May I help you? We're trying to shoot a show.
This is the show.
You're supposed to.
Well, welcome to the Joker podcast.
I think you did. Oh no, the Joker podcast is on
2 miles down.
2 miles down.
No, it's here tonight.
Nowhere near here.
Woo-hoo.
Where's Blake? Blake's supposed to be here for
Who's Blake? I don't know who that is.
my co-host.
Oh yeah.
This is the college football podcast. I mean, can you see the two jerseys?
Pod.
No. This.
Well, I know that your identity is Batman, and it's William.
How did you get in here anyway?
Through the door.
Yeah, fair enough. Touche. But you do realize you're at the wrong podcast.
Well, maybe I should go find the next one.
Yeah, I know. But you can see my co-host. Tell him to hurry up. Apologies. I don't know what that was about. Oh well. What now? Hey. Oh, hi, Blake.
Oh man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm so late.
Yeah, you missed the Joker.
The Joker.
And the Joker was in here. He walked into the wrong podcast.
No, that's right.
But welcome back, everybody.
God bless that Joker.
Yeah, God bless Heath Ledger.
And the other guy, Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh.
Jack Nicholson.
For the Joaquin Phoenix one, the best.
Well, you gotta look at the Jack's the
Oh yeah,
number one.
True.
But I think Heath Ledger was the best.
Oh, Heath Ledger was definitely the best.
Unfortunately, it got
But
to
enough clown.
I know the clown was there.
Clown was here, yeah. So welcome back. My name is William.
I am Blake.
Welcome back to another episode of
Chop. My nickname.
Oh, Blake.
Blake Michael Myers Robertson.
Yes, and you are at the Halloween special.
Number 11.
Number 11 of Chopped on the Top. We are so glad to have you back, even through all the chaos. We are back. We are ready to go for another amazing week of college football. Some of us in this room had an in-state rivalry game.
I just want to say hello to Becky. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes, welcome, Becky. You guys had a interesting rivalry game on Saturday night. An in-state rivalry.
How interesting was it?
What?
Wasn't very interesting.
I mean, I kept an eye on it.
It was close. I did too. I watched the second half. My niece had a birthday party on Saturday.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you guys kept it competitive.
In the second half, we had a chance, and we just stopped. I think it was in the first half we had a third down and 10, and if we'd have held them there, I think he would have had to kick the field goal from way out. And I don't know if he could have made that. And instead, all right, when you send a blitz, you can't leave your man 15 yards down the field from the wide receiver.
Yeah.
And all he did was run a slant pass and caught it for like 20 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up kicking the field goal to go 17-7. But then in the second half, we got the ball first, and I can't remember what we did, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
When your best play is a quarterback sneak where a person can't tackle the quarterback and he runs for 60 yards, that's not very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not good.
And my new nickname for Luke, whatever his last name is Happy Feet.
Yes.
Because all he does is dance around and move up in the pocket. You got it. Here's my theory on quarterback play. Watch Pat Mahomes play quarterback. When he gets ready to throw the football, what does he do? He stops, puts foot in the ground, and throws the football.
Yes.
He don't just dance around and hope to throw it while he's on the move. He stops.
Yes.
Every time you'll see him plant that foot and throw it, and that's how he gets velocity. Where Luke and Brock don't have the clue how to do that.
No, they do not. As we saw at Durham a few weeks ago.
And Saturday night. Unfortunately, Florida State just is a house of horrors. Is a Halloween.
They're tricks. They're tricks. They're nothing but tricks.
No treats there. this
Well,
year.
I had a nice treat. We had a bye week. My balls were on a bye week.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's true.
so I got to enjoy all the other games.
Yeah, me too. For the most part, I got enjoyed them as much as I could.
Yeah, I mean, there were some games here and there I had on. I had some other
Yeah.
games here and there on, and yeah, big state of Michigan rivalry as well. But we will get to that as well. Let's see what else.
Saturday was a big day for Michigan.
Yes,
They won, didn't they?
they beat Sparty. They won their in-state
Go
rivalry
blue.
game. Go blue.
Even though we're always about our everybody else's teams too. We enjoy everybody else's team doing good.
Yeah, except for our service academy.
Wow.
They kind of laid it
One of them
out.
did. Army's still undefeated. We still got Army.
Army's still undefeated, but Navy is not.
Navy got blistered.
By Notre Dame and
Their
New Jersey.
backside got a bunch of blisters on
No,
it.
you know what's funny? You know what's funny?
See if I
Notre Dame scored more touchdowns on Saturday in New Jersey than the Jets and Giants have combined this season.
That's crazy. That's kind of funny, actually.
That was hilarious. But the big game started on Wednesday as we had our first big upset of the week. Kennesaw State knocked off
Owls.
Liberty.
Ooh, ooh.
A 4-touchdown underdog against an unbeaten team. They get their first FBS win. So congrats to my brother's alma mater and Kennesaw State getting that big win. I actually called my brother. He didn't even believe me.
Really?
He's like, wait, we won? I'm like, yes, you won. I can't speak the rest of my family. That's a mess we will clean up here in a minute.
Right.
Again, they were a little house of horrors. Pitt remains undefeated with a win over Syracuse.
Oh yeah. Let's see what Syracuse. Okay, so
They're 5-2.
in the ACC. What are they in the ACC? Fifth.
I think
They're
they're
fifth.
like,
What's their record? Why don't it show the record on there? That boggles the mind, dog.
they have won 2 conference losses.
Okay, so they're done pretty much.
Yeah, I think
It's either Clemson, now what? Pitt, Syracuse, Pitt, SMU, and Clemson and Miami.
Yeah.
That's the 4 teams.
Yes.
The 4-team race. That's
Not
gonna be a wild run down the stretch, but I still believe.
And Virginia Tech is still working.
Oh, definitely we won loss.
But we will all get to that later.
I should have. They had the tiebreakers on the internet today. I should have read them. That's something we might need to look into pretty soon. The tiebreakers of the conferences.
North Carolina got off the snide.
They did.
Virginia
They did.
on the road. Ohio State won a squeaked one out against Nebraska.
That was an interesting game. Nebraska almost pulled out that victory.
I was hoping.
I was at Rickster's when that game was going on, and shout out to Rickster's, a great bar and grill in High Point. There's a fan base that go eat there every week. Nice. Would you imagine that Nebraska Cornhusker fan base in North Carolina? That's wild.
There's probably fan bases all over the country.
Well, that's why college football is so great. Yeah, it's passionate all the time.
It's passionate no matter where you go and no matter what team you support.
Right.
I mean, unless you're a Tennessee fan in Tuscaloosa or Gainesville, then you're.
And then we had Indiana.
Indiana game day game has remained undefeated against Washington.
And they go to Sparty this week. Right, Becky, if I'm not mistaken. We'll talk about that for sure in a little bit.
Yes,
but
it is.
And in 2 weeks they play Ohio State. That's going to be the game to decide what they do. And then really, honestly, it depends on what Ohio State does this week. That game may not too much matter.
Mm-hmm.
If Indiana wins this week and they win out but only lose to Ohio State, they go to Indianapolis.
Probably, which would not be a far drive for them.
No, that'd be an interesting battle.
Boy, Oklahoma can't get off the snide.
Yeah, Ole Miss looked terrible again.
Ole Miss looked terrible, but what does that say about Oklahoma?
I don't know because Ole Miss is not good.
No, I think Venables is gone at the season's end.
I think he definitely
will definitely be gone.
It may be, but to me, that Jackson Dart, he needs to go and sit down. I don't like him. I don't think he's that good quarterback.
No, you just don't like Ole Miss.
Because people that cheer for Ole Miss, screw Ole Miss.
Let's see. A game I thought would be a lot closer, but I don't want to say I'm surprised. Oregon, the #1 team in the land, walloped Illinois.
And that is a surprise. That's the first time I think Illinois has played that bad all year.
Yeah,
They laid an egg, but that's because Eugene's a great place for
Eugene's a
it's
great
home,
place.
a great home field advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately, my boy Altmaier did not look good.
That's the first time.
He's not looked good all year, but I think again in a road game against the number one team in the
Oh,
land,
definitely.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Another team about ready to keep moving up the standings. The BYU Cougars, who moved to number 8 in the country
Yeah,
after a win on the road in Orlando against Central Florida.
yeah, that was a big one. I mean, I was
I
impressed.
I was tempted to move them in my top 5 this week. Almost did, but I kept it where it
Same,
was.
it's kind of in the same boat, but we will get to that.
Yes, definitely.
Alabama.
Roll Tide this week.
Do not ever say that here. You see those jerseys behind you? Do
Well, there
not
you
go
go.
there.
Well, yeah, they deserve a roll tide. They went 34-0 this week.
You'll,
They,
you'll
y'all
never-
made them mad,
I'm sorry, Missouri. Not really.
but it may be a little too late.
It definitely is a little
Let's
too
look at the
late.
standing real quick.
I got it. Let's see.
Sorry.
Standing.
Let the co-host with the Tennessee hat on take care of business. And while I'm wearing my Carolina hat, I know you're probably thinking this is a pot chop on the top, but it's time to sneak this in. Florida State's screwed around. I wear Florida State Friday and Saturday still before the games, but next Monday night, we play Carolina basketball. I won't get that.
So in the SEC, it's A&M is first.
Who would have called that?
I mean, you
Not a
always,
single person.
you're the one that said Elko's a good coach.
Yes, but no one would call them to be the number one team in the SEC right now.
No.
And they are number one, period.
I mean, you have Georgia,
Right.
Texas, Tennessee, and LSU creeping down their necks with one loss. Alabama is the best two-loss team in that conference.
I think their conference is done. They have to win out to go to the playoffs.
Yes.
They're not going to Atlanta. There's only 5 teams left that could go to Atlanta.
I was actually discussing this with my mom earlier before we came on. I think the SEC championship game will be the winner of the Texas A&M game and the
How about that, though?
Georgia Tennessee game.
I agree, but how about that though? The first year they're back to the rivals would play each other. It might be for the trip to the Atlanta.
That would
That
be
would
nice.
be wild.
Yeah, I think those last 2 weeks will really determine who goes to Atlanta. I think it's still a little too early. Give them about 2 more weeks and we'll see who goes to Atlanta.
Yeah. Vandy almost took out Texas at home. Almost did the double dip with Alabama and Texas.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been unbelievable.
I won't lie.
You wanted that to happen, didn't you?
I want that to happen.
Yeah, even though you hate Vandy.
I do not like Vandy.
But that would have been fun to watch.
I just like seeing Vanderbilt do okay.
Yeah, that's right. They'll make that game y'all play a little more meaningful.
A little more meaningful. I don't want it to be meaningful. It'll still be a sea of orange in Nashville.
Sea of orange.
In Nashville. But no, and then let's see.
Another big game, Wisconsin losing to Penn State, the Nittany Lions, as they head into their biggest game of the year.
Saturday night did not have fun.
Your mom didn't like Saturday night?
Mom did not enjoy
Me and her are in the same boat.
Let's see. LSU and Wisconsin blew halftime leads.
Yeah.
And Duke blew it in overtime.
It's not good.
I called her on Saturday, tell her goodnight. She pretty much hung up on me.
Right. That was the next game I was going to bring up, SMU and Duke, but you brought it up. SMU stays in the race for the ACC title, and Duke falls out.
It was truly. Duke had so many chances to win that game.
Yeah.
Duke had so many chances to win that game. It wasn't even funny. I mean, they had a blocked field goal.
I know you didn't laugh.
I
You need to bring Joker back in to laugh?
I angrily laughed. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Right.
Yeah, they had a blocked field goal, and then they decided to go for 2 in the first overtime.
Okay.
And
I know that.
Missed it.
Yep.
Yes, because SMU started
on offense?
I thought they started on offense.
Okay.
Then this might got it wrong, actually.
Right. There's some other games over the weekend. That's all the top 25 games.
Oh, there's LSU A&M.
I forgot about that. Okay. My bad.
Texas A&M holds serve at home and enjoys that sweet gumbo.
Yeah. A&M is impressive, guys. I called, like I said before, they're the number one team in the SEC, and who called that? But I did say Elko can coach. Did I not? And isn't it crazy? You sign a coach for like how many years and how much money did Jimbo Fisher get?
A lot.
And then the next guy that comes in is the one that might win the SEC title.
Yes.
Crazy. And it's not really with a lot of great players. Like, you don't know give me a name of a player on the A&M. Don't look at it. You don't look at it. God bless it.
They did make a quarterback change, though.
I think they're splitting time.
Well, yeah, they split time, but they
That's
definitely
shit,
split.
look at the numbers. I would say that's the most craziest part of the whole thing. Both quarterbacks absolutely sucked Saturday night, and they still won.
Well, no, look deeper, look deeper.
Look deeper. I did. No, I was gonna go somewhere with it, but I don't think I will.
Marcel Red had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, 3 rushing. Okay.
For A&M. So no,
I got you.
He sucked in the air, but made it up for it on the ground.
That's Reed.
Reed. I haven't had enough coffee.
That's the UNCG English coming up.
Oh, no, that's just that's just the blondness here kicking in.
The blonde bombshell. Well, maybe not. You know a blonde bombshell.
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
Speaking of another in-state rivalry game, Kansas State took care of Kansas late to stay
Rivalry. Yeah,
for the
I was kind of. We know Kansas State's got it made.
What did Kansas took them down to the
They
wire?
did. They did. That's true.
So
let's look at the Big 12
and
standings.
Colorado remains undefeated. Well, remains in the Big 12 hunt. They are bowl eligible.
And well, that's not a real shocker.
And I will say this, I loved what Dion did after the game. What he did was, so they have a 99-year-old super fan called Miss Peggy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I know.
She had COVID last week and couldn't make it to the game. So Prime in the locker room called her to tell her that they were bowl eligible and that she was going to the bowl game. So that was great. I clap it up for Prime. That's beautiful. You know, I've given Prime a lot of stick in the past, but that is amazing.
Right.
Let's see, rapid fire.
Look up the Big 12 standings real quick. That's before we get to the next week's games. I always like to, let's go ahead and keep that going every week now because it'll get close to the end.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's a bunch of battles.
So two horse races, looks like.
Let's say Kansas State and Colorado too.
With Kansas.
4 teams.
4 teams with 2 are
undefeated.
In the catbird seat.
I'm sure they haven't played anybody.
There's Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State's last. Who in the world would have saw that coming? This is wild. College football is a wild sport.
This is a wild sport, and that's why we love it so much, and this is why we love talking about it.
In the Big Ten, Indiana sitting on top of the catbird seat with Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State still available. I think that's 4 teams, and the other teams are probably done. With 3 games to go. You think Illinois can make it back?
Maybe. Outside chance.
There's a very small chance. Slim to none.
Slim to none, as he says.
Yep, that's right.
So since we started off with you, let's go to me.
Let's keep running some more scores.
Oh, let's keep running some more scores. Never mind.
I think it'd be good if we do that.
I jumped ahead a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. It's okay. We always like to get some of the under-level games. Virginia Tech stays in the, like we mentioned before, Virginia Tech stays in the ACC race as they knock off Georgia Tech at home. The defense for Virginia Tech picking up a little bit.
Yep.
Who knew Virginia Tech would have a better quarterback than Florida State this year?
Well, yeah.
We got 3 quarterbacks and none of them any good, William. How can you explain that to me?
Nico!
He's been a little sluggish too, and you know it.
What?
He's been a little sluggish lately, and you know it too.
Yeah, he has been. He has not played his best football, but that's okay.
Then North Carolina goes to Virginia.
Takes care of business.
Takes care of business. Did you already mention that game?
I think I did, yeah.
Okay, moving on. Okay, Wake Forest has won 3-0 on the road.
Yes.
Did you have that call this year?
No.
So that's impressive.
Very impressive.
I didn't. At the start of the season for Wake Forest wasn't so impressive, was it not? It was a little rough. But they've turned it on lately.
They really turned the corner. They've really been playing good football. They're 4-4.
4-4. They might go to a bowl.
They need to win. They need to at least split their next 4 games, and they have Cal, at Carolina, at Miami, Duke.
That's right.
So that month will be crucial for the Deacs. They can go 2-2. They will go to a bowl game. Iowa defeats Northwestern.
I was getting a little bit better.
TCU
offensively.
Well, they got rid of that nepotism. Last year, didn't they have the sun?
Did we bring the Michigan game up? We
Yeah.
did, but not did we go in any depth in that?
No, we did not.
Okay. Well, that's a big rivalry. What's the rivalry name for that one?
Paul Bunyan Trophy?
Okay, the Paul Bunyan Trophy goes to Michigan, and Michigan kind of keeps their season kind of looking pretty decent.
They're at least going to go to a decent bowl game.
They still got some games left in their schedule, though. That's going to probably cause them to lose a couple more games.
Yeah, they have. Oh, yeah, no, they're in trouble.
They got Oregon Saturday.
They got to go. They host Oregon. They go to Indiana. They host Northwestern. I think that's their most winnable game
The
left.
only
And
winnable
then
game.
they go to shoe in their little thing called Dead to Right
Dead to right.
when they go to Columbus.
Yeah, but you never know because that's a rivalry game, and Michigan's got the number of Ohio State right now. No matter what teams they're playing or what the team looks like, Michigan has their number. And after what happened Saturday in Columbus, almost got beat by Nebraska. Don't take that for any weakness that game can't be an upset in Columbus.
Absolutely.
Which is why I have not had them in the top 25 all year.
Well, I want to bring it back. I want to run back to Kennesaw State real quick.
Run back.
Hear me out.
Don't run too fast.
Hear me out. Yeah, because you don't want me running. But because Kennesaw won on Wednesday night, there is now only one winless team left in college football.
Can you guess who it is?
Kent State.
Okay, well.
Everybody's
no one saw that coming. I mean, everybody saw it.
Everyone saw that coming.
All right, the last game I want to mention from last week is the Auburn Tigers go to your favorite place, Lexington, Kentucky, and beat the Kentucky Wildcats. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, now we can move on to next week. Let's start with the top 5 teams.
Oh, okay.
Start with the top 5 teams.
Top 5 teams from last week.
Change it up a little bit this week.
I think we have about the same. We've got Oregon. Dominated Illinois at home. They've been great all year. Dylan Gabriel's been great all year. They're the number 1 team. Number 2,
I think by far.
Oh, by far. I think
right now.
I think there's Oregon.
But again, if Penn State wins Saturday night, that's a little different story.
We may have a different conversation on Monday morning by the water cooler. But I have Penn State number 2.
About the patch, the asphalt patch.
Yes, I have Penn State number 2.
Screw Miami.
Yeah, I think Miami's number 3. I have number
By
2,
far.
but we'll see what happens come Saturday when they host Ohio State. But we'll get to that.
Give us a second.
Yes, number 3 is Miami after what they did this week. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. We suck. Who cares?
Number 4.
Can I mention one more thing about that game?
Yes.
When a player, an out route, 3rd and 3 or 4th and 3, whatever it was, and you have an out route, and he's wide open, nobody around him, and the ball ends up in the bench area. What does that mean for your quarterback?
He sucks.
All right, move on. Back to your thing. What's that? Got a little excited.
I have Georgia number 4. Yes, they have a bye week this week, but they still have been really good, minus their trip to Austin.
That was when they were great.
Yeah, and they're still.
What are you talking about? That's when they were excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, my fault.
But they had a big one this weekend in Jacksonville when they played Florida in the rivalry game down there.
The outdoor cocktail party.
Yes.
Why are you excited about that?
Oh, I'm just saying, yes.
You seem kind of excited. But
it's an SEC rivalry game. I'm always excited for those.
Number 5.
Number 5, I got the Ohio State. They got to prove it. They got to prove it this
week. You got them in the top 5, though.
Yes.
Okay.
They've been good all year.
Right.
They definitely deserve to be up there. But they've got to prove it this week.
Okay.
If they go to Happy Valley and win.
Oh, they'll get my top 5 next week.
They will. I could shoot them up to number 1 depending on how much they went by.
Ooh.
Depending on how much they went by. But we'll see. But we will
Breaking news.
But we will see. You have very similar numbers.
I do.
You have one difference.
One difference. I still think Oregon is number 1 by far. They're starting to really play some ball now. They've gotten incrementally better every week, and that's what you got to do as you go to a football season. Try to get better week by week, play by play, and they've done that. Then we got, once again, Penn State, Nittany Lions at number 2 with Altmaier's out. Allard's out. Allard got hurt. We got to figure out if he, real quick, look at it. I forgot about that.
For who?
Well, listen to this. let's just go with if he did or if he don't, like we did with the other quarterbacks. If he does play, we'll make a pick. If he don't play,
Fair enough. We'll go with that.
okay. And then we have Miami at number 3. They beat my boys Saturday night like a drum, but that's just not much of anything. They struggled some before that, and they struggled offensively Saturday night too. So it's not like 36 points, but it's not like the offense. Florida State's offense was off the field the whole game. So the defense all had to play most of the whole time. So that's not really a big deal. Anybody if you're on the field all the time, you're going to score 36 points. Anyway, then we move on to the 14. Georgia Bulldogs had a bye. We'll look up maybe here in a little bit who they play next this weekend. But you got to keep them there.
Yeah, for now.
You got to keep them there, and that's the only ACC team in the top 5 in our top 5 right now. Then we got Iowa State stays undefeated. They didn't play this week either. No. But there's just, I mean, I'm not putting Ohio State in the top 5 until they beat somebody. And if they win Saturday night, they'll move up probably to number 2. Because Oregon is really the cushion, has a cushion right now. Unless they go to, well, we'll talk about it in a minute. Unless they go to Ann Arbor and lay an egg. But that's my top 5 for the week.
There we go. And now let's preview our games for the week. We have our rivalry game against Kentucky. Here, kitty, kitty. We like to call it here, kitty, kitty week. And
what does that say? The front in parentheses?
Oh, I'll get to it. So,
Lord. Can't read his writing. It's not good.
You're
supposed to be the one that can write.
I was writing really fast. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Gotta start fast. We cannot start slow. We cannot have another performance where we were terrible on offense in the first half.
Right.
We have to play a 60-minute game.
60-minute game.
Sorry. We have to play a 60-minute football game to win. I am tired of, yeah. I am tired of us, being a second half team and having to come dig ourselves out of a hole. Nico needs to play a 60-minute game. With that being said, I think we will. I don't think the Kentucky team is good, but I don't think they're that good. Let's see the numbers on this thing. And
it's all about the numbers.
Tennessee has just announced they're wearing their black jerseys. The dark mode has been activated. Welcome to the dark side.
I'm already feeling the pressure. I'm not even playing Saturday night.
So we're a 16.5-point favorite at home.
I think the reason you're 60, look at that. Kentucky's really fallen off. 3-5. But anyway, that's the SEC. But I think 16 is because Kentucky's defense is all right. That's it.
Yes, I think Kentucky's defense is decent.
Yeah.
I'm going with a 21-point win, 31-10.
Okay.
I think that is a fair margin. But we've got to play a 60-minute game, and we cannot rely entirely on Dylan Sampson.
And I just noticed this comment. Becky says she's only a Wolverine fan when Ohio State plays. I understand that.
Well, we all are Michigan fans when we play Ohio State.
I tend to go against I say Miami sucks no matter what they're doing, and I say Florida sucks no matter what they're doing, and the Duke Blue Devils basketball team.
My favorite teams are whoever my team is and whoever's playing the rival.
Something like that.
So, like, for me, it would be a shirt wearing that says my 2 favorite teams are Tennessee and whoever's playing
right.
Kentucky.
That's right. That's good. That's a good way to put it.
Fair enough. Yep.
I think we missed the game, William, from last week. Let's go back and get Boise State and UNLV.
Oh, yes, because that was
we gotta make sure we get that game. And Boise State stays with not undefeated, but 1 loss.
1 loss, but they went really well. The running back did not have the best game, but they still got the job done.
All right.
Becky, amen.
He didn't have the best game. Let me see what he did.
Only 128 yards.
Yeah, but you're talking about carrying the load, 33 carries. That shows UNLV's got a pretty good defense.
Yeah, he had a good defense. That was a back and forth game throughout. Unfortunately, I was watching game 1 of the World Series instead.
Screw the World Series.
We will get there. We will get to it in a minute. But no, that was a wild game.
You think Boise State's the best mid-major team we've seen? Probably.
I would say right up there, yes.
Who did Kennesaw State beat?
Liberty.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, I think Boise State's got the front track into the playoffs if they just keep winning, right?
Oh yeah, no, I think they will be in the
And they
playoffs.
got another big game coming up this Saturday because they play San Diego State at home.
You're avoiding your game, aren't you?
No, we're on Boise State right now as a topic
Fair
right now.
enough, fair enough, fair enough.
I'm just thinking about them right now. We don't want to forget them because we have to talk about the mid-major because that's the number one team at that level goes to the playoffs automatically.
You're right.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to my game so William can hear me whine. This is no indicative of who I'm pulling for in that game. This is for college basketball, but Florida State is trash. And I think UNC is a partial trash. That's not even a word, even if it makes any sense. But I think Florida State can win this game. Especially at home, and the fan base is probably going to be all of the family of Florida State players and the families of North Carolina players. The only people going to attend this game on Saturday at 3:30. That's
Carolina's favorite.
Carolina's favorite right here.
By
2.5. Well, I'm picking Florida State, of course. I'm not going to go against Florida State. I don't ever not pick Florida State unless it's just an obvious game like Miami and the one we play next Saturday night in South Bend, Indiana, where we're going to get demolished. Can we just go ahead and avoid that game and just forfeit? We can.
I mean, you could.
I
don't
would.
think it'll happen.
I would. And then North Carolina. I mean, they won against Virginia, but really, what is that?
Virginia's not been very good this
They've
year.
been all right.
I think this will be a struggle fight.
Yeah, it could be a real struggle for Carolina and Florida State.
Well,
Florida State defense.
Oh, I was going to say Florida State struggle. That's nothing new.
All year, probably. Yeah. I think we still got one more. We got one win left against Charleston Southern, and that's it. That's sad. 2-10. Can you believe that?
It might be Florida.
Well, maybe. But anyways, my final score is Carolina 7. Florida State 7. North Carolina 5. You okay?
I'm going 17-13 Carolina.
We ought to put that down in the comments for Blake, but Florida State 7-5 game. See if it actually happens.
I'll write it down.
All right, write it down. Keep a note of it. All right, so we got some big games Saturday night on prime time.
No, that's not at prime time. That's at noon.
What's the name?
The Penn State.
Oh, what's it called? This big Saturday noon game.
Yeah, which is so dumb. I won't lie, that is so weird having it at noon.
Yeah.
Having the 2 or the 4 and 3 team play each other at noon. That seems kind of weird. But we're gonna go just nod and say yes. Ooh. You know, normally when it comes to Penn State, I've noticed this year because of it might be because of the 12-team playoff, Penn State has played more relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, because they know they can avoid the slip up this year. They can allow a slip up this year. You know, there's not this whole pressure because you know they're always third fiddle.
Yeah.
And then the Big Ten's not doing divisions this year either, because you know back when they were doing the Big Ten divisions, they were always in the East.
Yeah.
And stuck in the shadow of Ohio State and Michigan.
I think that's the best thing that college football did, and they don't do a lot of good things, and that's make all conferences a conference, not a division. You don't like it?
I'm still getting used to it. You remember,
okay.
I come from the SEC, so we had the SEC East and West.
I guess that means a lot to you, but isn't it better that the best 2 teams play?
Yes.
I think it's a lot better. So, in my opinion, we gotta do a pick between this game on who Aller plays and if you don't play. So, if Aller plays, this is going to be a wild game. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring affair because what happened on Saturday with North Ohio State and Nebraska. Ohio State really haven't proven themselves this year much, and if at all. And I do believe Ohio State is a better team than people say, but not as good a team as people say. To me, I think they're a little less than that. Penn State, this is a perfect scenario so far. They played some pretty good road games. They went to y'all's place or your mom's place, and they went out west to play USC. Won some pretty tough road games and away from Happy Valley. Now they get a home game where it's going to probably, would you say it's going to be a whiteout?
I think it is a whiteout.
If it ain't a whiteout, they missed an opportunity. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
So with our plan, I have Penn State winning 20-17. It's going to be cold probably. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Is that? It looks like on the map it might be warm up there Saturday night. Because can you believe it's 80 degrees in Minneapolis today?
I did not know that.
Wow. How many times have I said wow today? You get
I've lost
that
track.
a lot. So, and if you don't play, it's hard to say that they can beat Ohio State. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
The defense of Penn State can keep it in the game, but I think Ohio State is a little bit better without Aller. So I will say, what did I say if he played 20-17, something like that?
Yeah.
And then I say the other score the same way, the other way. Ohio State wins 20-17 if you don't play.
It'll be on Saturday at noon.
Oh, it's gonna get cold.
It's gonna be about.
I was wrong. It's not cold, but
the kickoff temperature looks at about 51 degrees at
we
kickoff.
got special little things out there to move the temperatures.
All right, it's so cool.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it'll really come down to that quarterback plays. I think,
As it always does.
again, I'm in the same boat. If he plays, Penn State will definitely take care of business.
Taking care of business.
He's questionable as of today.
Really? I think he'll play.
And Penn State is a 3.5-point underdog at home. I don't think that means anything. I think
Right.
I want to go with Penn State, but I don't know about the quarterback situation. We got to figure out the quarterback situation before you can make a pick on this game. But if he plays, I think it's going to be 28-24 Penn State.
Okay, we agree tonight.
For once.
Well, we agreed. No, last week we agreed a lot. That's kind of scary.
Next game, your two favorite teams.
What if you don't play?
21-10 Ohio State.
Okay.
Next game, your two favorite teams. Duke,
I don't have to.
Miami.
Duke and Miami. Okay.
You're going to set this one out, aren't you?
Set this one out.
I'll cover this one.
All right.
Duke's got a tough game. I think they struggled against SMU. I think Miami takes care of business. I think the score, it won't be close. Give me Miami.
Welcome to Miami. Okay. They're playing at home, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go, but I don't think they'll cover the 20.
What is that? What do you have in parentheses behind Penn State?
College Game Day.
Oh, here we go again. It's getting wild up in this joint.
I think it'll be 35-21.
Miami.
Yeah.
And since we're staying, let's stay in the ACC. Let's cover Pitt, and you Southern Miss. Whatever. Southern Miss.
That is wrong conference.
But anyways, SMU and Pitt. That's an undercard level game for a shot to. You all right, Lee?
Yeah.
For a shot to go to Charlotte. Doesn't Pitt play Clemson pretty soon?
I think so, yeah.
So I want to go Pitt just so that game can mean something, even more than it does now. Yeah. And they'll get there because they play Virginia next week and probably win that game. So I'm going just for the fun of it. Pitt over SMU. Even though SMU's had a pretty good run of it this year, in their first year in the ACC, I say Pitt wins 27-24.
Not so fast.
I guess tonight somewhere not wearing Florida State, you can do
that. SMU is on fire. They're on fire this year. Their only loss was a 3-point loss to BYU.
And that looks really good right now.
And that looks really, really good. I mean, they got tested in Durham.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was more because Duke decided to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah. Winning's a win is a win, as I always say.
Yeah, I mean, they've had very convincing wins all year. It's in Dallas. Give me SMU. 30-18.
Okay. Then let's go to the outdoor cocktail party. I don't think it's called that no more. I think they can't say that.
No,
but
I don't think so, no.
Georgia and Florida. The rivalry. But I do have Georgia winning probably by a lot.
I think everybody and their sister has Georgia winning.
Yeah, maybe it won't be a lot, but maybe like 2 touchdowns.
The spread's 16.5.
That's about right. I can see it being there.
Give me the dogs. I think the
but
dogs.
not the dog. The dog, but the dogs.
The dogs.
Not the underdog, but the dogs. Woo.
Don't even start that.
We go. Then Oregon travels to Michigan for what time is that game? Does that be the NBC game Saturday night?
I think that is if I could click on the right conference.
We'll go get there. But to me, Oregon has played about as good a football as they could play. And just the other week, we said Texas was the most complete team in the conference, and then you see what happened to them against Georgia. So you don't want to jinx Oregon, but right now they like the most complete team in the whole country, which is why they're number one. But they had to Ann Arbor to try to pull the big house. It's not really the big house this year, more like the tiny house or the mid-sized house, but
the tiny home outside the back trailer.
Yeah, but they're doing pretty good. 5-3 is not an awful record. I think Oregon comes in there very fired up. I think they're going to get a test. The spread is 14. I'm saying it's going to be the under on the spread, but they will win 35-28. Happy Valley. Oregon walks out there with a win. Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor, and Oregon runs out with a win and a huge victory again for Oregon Ducks as they move toward the Big Ten championship game.
This is Michigan's, put up or shut up game. They're out of the playoff. They're out of the Big Ten race.
Playoff.
This game is for respect.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I know what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. On a PCP. Suck it to me. Suck it to me. Sorry.
Was that anywhere near necessary?
Yes. Very necessary.
Very necessary. Okay, you heard that, folks. First, folks. It was very necessary. And it's very necessary that Michigan gets this win.
Why are you raising your voice?
It will not happen. Oregon is too good. I would have said last year, maybe. I mean, Oregon's did stumble out of the gate a little bit. But they have been playing with fire.
And they're going to get burned. Sorry. I was thinking about wrestling.
They ain't going to get burned. They're
I
going
was
to
trying to see the schedule, dog. Get me hot in here. I think after they win this game, they're going this game. If they win this game, they're out there in the Big Ten title game.
They win this game, and they're going to run the table.
Maryland, Washington, and Wisconsin.
I may slip up in Madison.
They're not slipping up in Madison.
Maybe.
They gave them a tough schedule for the first year.
And they've answered the call. They have answered the call. The Ducks have answered the call all year.
Unlike and did they call it the change of destiny?
Maybe.
But you got to go, but you can't stay. Don't want to go. What's that?
They've answered the call like me when you try to call me.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
No, but I think Oregon gets this done in Ann Arbor. I think they are just too good for Michigan. I think the spread will be covered.
Okay.
40-21.
All right. Oh, I can't remember if I think a score, but Oregon wins. All right. Wisconsin, Iowa. That's probably going to be 7-3 or something like that. What do you think?
Big Midwestern tussle.
Old school battle.
The old school knock 'em, sock 'em.
And Iowa has scored a lot of points lately, actually.
Yeah, but Wisconsin's defense is Wisconsin's defense.
Yeah, they've been pretty good. They held Penn State down to some, but they injured Aller. So what is that worth?
But it's in Iowa City.
Yes, Iowa.
Wisconsin's going to have to go into that pink locker room.
Not the pink locker room.
Oh, it is pink.
Sometimes the men like pink.
It's not as bad as Bama's visiting locker room.
Oh, Todd.
No, you know what Bama's locker room is called? The Fail Room. It's named after a person whose last name is Failed. I digress.
How do you know this?
They announce it every time they go to Tuscaloosa on ESPN.
Okay. I've never heard that.
Or but I think Wisconsin. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the 3-point range is very polite.
Me too. I'm sticking 7-3.
7-3 Iowa.
Yeah.
17-14. Give me Bucky Badger.
Bucky Badger with the upset. Woo! All right.
That trophy's coming home. I can't remember off the top of my head.
One of the last of the top games, the Cox against the Aggies, and Texas A&M has been hot all year. Could this be a slip up, or do they get the win to move on and almost guarantee themselves a shot at the SEC title?
I'm seeing who A&M has left on their schedule.
The answer is,
Nobody.
I guarantee they're playing in Atlanta if they win Saturday.
I don't think I'm not going to guarantee that, but I think they will win. But I do see this as a trap. This has trap game written all over it.
Well, mathematically, they're almost guaranteed. They only got three SEC title SEC games left. So mathematically, they're almost in with a win.
They'll have one foot in the door. How about that? They'll have one foot in the door.
Okay.
But this is a trap game. This will be an exciting game.
Oh, he said exciting.
That crowd in Williams-Brice
will be wild.
And we'll be ready to go because it'll be Saturday in South Carolina.
Woo!
I think there will be
a home of the Cocks.
I think there will be a sandstorm. I think they will play 2001. It will not help.
What's 2001?
Space Odyssey 2001.
They played that at their football game?
Yes.
No wonder they suck. That's stupid. Why do you tell me this stuff? It's like I hate them a lot more.
Fair.
Oh.
Nobody likes South Carolina.
And then we move on to the ACC. Virginia Tech.
Did you have a pick?
Yeah, I said, you know I'm picking. A&M. I ain't picking no Cox.
Give me A&M, but I think it's going to be close. I think they'll cover the 2.5 spread, but it will be close. I'm going 28-24 A&M.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm going to make this my drop kick game of the week.
Ooh, drop kick.
28-27 A&M.
I forgot about that. We'll have to use this one. Virginia Tech, Syracuse is my drop kick game of the week. It's in the Dome, right?
In the Dome that was named after an air conditioning company that has no air conditioning.
Syracuse, Virginia Tech is hanging on by the skin of the chinny chin chin. Syracuse out of the ACC race. So I got one more on the line for Virginia Tech. It's going to be close, the old Big East rival, but I got Virginia Tech winning 28-27, drop kick, win the ball game.
That's a game we forgot to cover is Pitt Syracuse. But
I think you touched on this barely.
Barely thing. But Syracuse looked awful this week. Syracuse looked awful. Their quarterback McCord looked awful. He threw 3 touchdowns to Pitt.
Really?
He threw 3 pick sixes.
Well, okay. Good thing Florida State didn't get him now.
I think they hold on to win.
Okay.
I think this game will also be close. This one will be 28-24 Syracuse.
Yeah. So some other games coming up this week. One more ACC game I want to touch on is the Clemson Tigers take on the Louisville Cardinal. Do you think the Cardinal can go into Death Valley and get a win?
Absolutely not.
Do you think Clemson's that good?
No, but I do think they'll win at home.
Okay. Me too. I got them. The spread is 10, so that's not really that high. That's pretty good. I think 30-20 Clemson.
I'm not saying. Does Kennesaw make it 2 in a row against Western Kentucky?
The question answer is probably no.
No, but there's still miracles. Hooty hoo howls.
And our last of the 2 service academies that we enjoy watching, the Army team goes up against another service academy, the Air Force, this Saturday.
They'll take care of business.
They'll take care of business and move to 8-0. Army is 8-0. Do they have, if Boise State loses, they're next, right?
Yeah.
On the lower 5.
Do you see any other games of note? Because I do not. Oh, you're going to Iowa State. Plays Texas Tech.
Colorado got a bye this week. How many bye weeks did Colorado get?
A lot.
Okay, I don't see much in the Big 12 outside what we talked about. Iowa State, Texas Tech, but I don't think Texas Tech lost their steam. So I got Iowa State winning that ball like handily.
Yeah, I think Iowa State takes care of business as well.
Any more SEC matchups? Oh, you forgot Ole Miss and Arkansas.
I wouldn't say I forgot.
How do you get that kind of schedule at home? Tennessee, who else they play at home? They play Tennessee, LSU, Tennessee, and Ole Miss at home.
Yeah.
That's a rough home schedule, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Do you think, once again, Oh,
and they get Texas, too.
At home?
Yep.
Well, who in the world schedules these things? How are you going to get 4 top teams in the SEC to go to one team?
Well, next year.
Maybe next year.
They'll all be on the road.
No, that's the schedule's changing.
LSU.
The schedule changes next year because of so many teams.
No, they're taking the conference schedule in the SEC and flip flopping them. So everybody you played at
You sure
home
about
next
that?
year, yeah, I looked into it, yeah.
I'm glad you did. 'Cause I didn't. Anyway.
Ole Miss 7-point favorite.
Razorbacks.
This will be exciting.
Oh, I don't think it will.
Actually,
Jackson Dart's going to trash himself again, but I got them slim, chin, winning by 3 points, 17-14, Ole Miss on the road.
I think it's gonna be the Hogs' day.
I hope so.
I think this will be 21-17.
And there you have it for the college football breakdown. We did a great job with that, didn't we?
We really did. We got through it.
We got through it. But what's coming up next Monday night is the opening of the NBA schedule of the college basketball. Screw the NBA. We'll get to that. Oh, I'm going to do my rant now. I got a rant. All right. Before we get on college football, I forgot about the rant. I really did want to bring this up because I usually forget stuff. You don't remind me of stuff. But anyway.
I wouldn't say I forget.
Well, I forget. But anyway, so when a defensive player makes a big play in a defensive stop and they go behind the line of scrimmage, why doesn't the offensive team run to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball?
Try to draw them off sides?
Yes. Wouldn't that be a smart play? They already go no huddle anyways. So if you see a defensive player on that side of the ball, tell your players to hustle to that side and snap the football to get 5 yards. Is that a bad idea?
Not a bad idea.
So that's my rant. Just because Travis Hunter did that last week against Cincinnati. And I'm sitting here thinking, he wasn't over there just doing, he was over there for at least 3 to 4 seconds.
I mean, I guess.
So, a little hot about that thing. Anyway. All right.
Yeah,
So we're moving on.
basketball.
College basketball. I'm looking forward to that more than I've ever have this early as far as State
I
trash.
was gonna say, it's just because of Florida State being that trash.
Yes, it is.
You damn sure weren't excited last year.
Well, it was, but not like this. I'm ready. I'm ready to see a team win.
Oh my God. Carolina's 10th in the ACC.
No, that's the. Come on, man. That's the alphabetical order or whatever they got that in. This guy over here's. No, it's not. I know what you're saying. But come on, man. 10th in the ACC. You see him whoop on Johnson C. Smith last night? They dog walked him.
You beat a high school?
Well, something like that. Y'all beat Arizona State at home. I don't think Arizona State played too many players.
I don't think Arizona State's that good.
Well, we're trying to say. So you're saying Duke ain't that good? We knew this.
Duke will take care of business this year.
GCB. So my thoughts on the ACC. I mean, there's a lot of good teams, but nothing really great. I think we talked about this last week. You never guessed who I'm picking to win the ACC regular season. Dun, 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 go Tar Heels. Go ahead.
No. Cooper Flag is leading Duke back to the promised land.
That's gonna be a fun week when we get on here for that rivalry game. Duke Carolina. What are you laughing at?
That'll be a fun week. It'll be exciting.
You're thinking about it already, aren't you?
Watching Cooper.
Well, next week we get to break down Kansas and Carolina. Can you believe that?
We already did.
Well, we're really gonna break it down now because the game's Friday night.
Oh, the game itself. Okay.
Yeah. So my thing is, we did give you the ups and downs, how where our ceiling and floor is. No pun intended for the Michael Jordan, but do you remember that?
I laughed, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
hard.
Since we're closer, I think I've seen Carolina play twice. Well, they didn't play yesterday, but I saw them get play against Memphis. I don't think we talked about Carolina after that game like we did before. I think if Jalen Washington is serviceable on defense, which I like him playing defense against Memphis, they have a pretty big center, and he handled his business. He can shoot the lights out. No one knew that. He didn't get to play much last year because of Baycott. So now he's going to play 20 minutes, 25 minutes a game, and he can shoot the lights out. The freshmen are also key. Ian Jackson had a great game yesterday, albeit was against Johnson C. Smith. But anytime a freshman sits on the basketball court in a ACC or a game action, it's very important to get the momentum going. It's like any other freshman. We need Ian Jackson to be great, and if he is, this Carolina team could be really scary. They're already scary as it is with R.J. Davis and with Seth Trimble and the main guys. If you add in Ian Jackson, Jalen Washington, and you add in Drake Powell, think about where Carolina could be at the end of this season. You don't seem too excited.
They're gonna lose on Friday night.
I didn't say that. We'll get to that next week.
No, it's this Friday.
No, it's
next
Friday.
Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. My bad.
This is not the 8th of November. This Friday night.
I'm getting there.
I might need to get you a chop. All right.
I might need one.
So if you're had to think about, I didn't see what you just did there. You get a haircut, okay?
Probably.
But do you think Carolina? You think Duke can be in the Final Four?
I think Duke could be in the Final Four.
I'm saying Duke and Carolina are both in the Final Four this year.
I can see that happening. That's realistic.
What do you think?
That's not unreasonable.
Why you gotta give me a handshake for that?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's realistic. I think that's reasonable. That's not a stretch.
That's a bigger rivalry. You want to go? I'm also doing. The man, this rivalry is getting tight now. Getting intense. It's almost Carolina Duke season. I'm telling you, fired up.
No, I think my Final Four teams are gonna be Duke, Tennessee.
All your teams. Put UNCG in there.
He
said no.
Houston.
Okay. Of course, Houston. We have a problem. You picked them.
And
I don't really.
Arizona.
I'm an ACC guy in basketball. I don't feel it's the whole country. It'd be interesting to see Arizona get in the Final Four with Cable Love. That would be fun.
I think that'd be fun. I think
we'll figure out how we're gonna work this in. We're gonna break down some of the ACC teams every week, the ACC games, especially the state games like NC State, Wake, and Carolina and Duke.
Yeah.
But we're gonna, because we know where we're at. We're in the triangle or the triad and the triangle area, which is highly basketball, and we want y'all to keep watching even after football season's over, and that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna bring in college basketball, and I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Moving on to the NFL recap. The Cowboys got drubbed again. Woo! Yeah!
America wins. America has won.
They're America's team.
Exactly. It's a joke. America wins. America's team loses.
Screw the Cowboys.
How about them cowgirls?
Yep, they got a bunch of dresses on. Your boys got to win Sunday night, afternoon, sorry. The New England Patriots, 2-6.
Now let's do the chant.
Jets,
Jets, Jets, Jets. SUCK, 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 suck. Yes, we beat the Jets.
Hey, what's Jets spelled backwards?
No, you know Jets is actually an acronym. Just end their season.
Oh, I like it.
And so
I'm Harry Carey.
And Mets is my entire team sucks.
And then the Browns beat the Ravens. That was an upset. My buddy Paul was not happy.
You know, they're a better team without Watson.
Let me tell you what I said before you go on. I said that I was thinking about the drive up to Kickback Jacks. Shout out to Kickback Jacks, my favorite place to go eat, even though, well, like that later. I was driving to Kickback Jacks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but anyway, they're driving to Kickback Jacks and thinking about joining the Ravens next year. And then they go and do this. And I told Paul, I said, maybe I'll just stay retired.
Packers.
Overtime. Tied.
Nope.
They tied.
No, they didn't. 27-27.
Oh,
30-27.
Okay, but it seemed like I saw on the thing it was 27-27, so maybe I missed something.
They didn't type it up in time.
Okay.
Titans.
They typed it?
I think so. They didn't add the 3 on there.
That's wild, isn't it? All that money and they mistyped it.
But can we get to one game? There is one game I want to get to. The Commanders.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Hail Mary.
That was beautiful. But did you see? I don't know if you saw the on the Hail Mary, the Bears player was taunting the fans as the play was going on.
No,
and then was the same guy who tipped the ball.
That's not good.
I was like, oh, but the Bears will be the Bears.
Yeah, they will.
And then keep more local, the Panthers.
Or the Panthers.
Do we even need to say?
What was that final score?
28-14.
Okay, they did all right.
They did okay.
Yeah, but Denver Broncos 5-3. That's a pretty good record for them.
Yeah, I know. World Series, 2-0 in LA.
You're down with NFL. We got to break down today, next week. You get a little ahead of yourself.
I am getting out of myself. Giants Steelers tonight. I gotta go to Steelers.
Steelers.
And then next week we have Houston and New York. The Jets and Houston. I give me Houston.
No, the Jets are long gone. Dallas goes to Atlanta. That's going to be a big win for Atlanta.
That'll be a big one. Carolina, New Orleans.
Now, who would even go with Dallas in that game after what they just did, like been doing the last couple of weeks?
Yeah,
No one.
Nope, nobody.
Let's see what the old Kansas City Chiefs got next week. They got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who are falling on their face. So Kansas City stayed undefeated this week by beating the Raiders. They're going to stay undefeated again next week by beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep. Oh, the Lions and the Packers are going to be a good one.
The Lions and Packers on mine. The Lions are a great team.
Does the Patriots win their second straight in Tennessee?
Yes.
I think so too.
But back to the Lions. That team right there is excellent. They have a complete team.
That is a complete team.
Yeah.
I've said it all year. I think Goff is going to be the MVP.
They called me in the offseason, and I told them no. You don't think they called me?
No, nobody calls you.
Everybody called me. The Ravens called me. The Titans called me. The Washington Commanders said we got Jalen Daniels. They called me, and I told them all.
To be the water boy.
Oh, Lord. You seen that commercial of LeBron James, the 40-year-old? I got a call from play quarterback for 3 teams. And then once again, Kevin Hart says, "You're 40 years old. You need somebody that can run 4-4." Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He said, "Get out of the house," or whatever it was.
Yes.
That's pretty good. You want to say anything about the NBA before we go off there?
Big one tonight is Milwaukee and Boston. That'll be a fun one to watch. I'll be watching that one. Fair enough. World Series.
And also, the Los Angeles Lakers. I retired from the Los Angeles Lakers, and they're 3-0.
Yes.
Do I need to come back? Think I should come back?
Nah.
I'll think about it.
Think about it.
I love the Lakers, and they're my favorite all-time team. But LeBron James killed my love for the NBA. But it's almost like Kobe Bryant is more important than that.
Yes.
The legacy of Kobe Bryant with Los Angeles. And I may return. I just got to get my excitement up. Now on to the World. You've been wanting to do the World Series all day. Screw the World Series.
Man, that game 1 was wild.
Wow. Oh, that's my word. You're going to say exciting.
But it was exciting. It was wild. It was everything you wanted.
Don't you want a catchphrase?
How can you not love the
We need a shirt. My shirt should say wild. You should say exciting.
That's a beautiful idea.
If anybody wants to buy those shirts for us,
please
we'll be very, very excited. Wow.
It was, very exciting. How can you not be romantic? A walk-off grand slam to win game 1 of the World Series.
So is it 2-0?
It's 2-0 Dodgers. It's been beautiful. It's been a fun one to watch. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
I still think that's going to be. Who did I pick? I think I picked the Dodgers 4-3.
I think, yeah. If game 3 is tonight, I think if LA wins tonight, Yankees are in trouble.
It's over.
It'll be over pretty much.
Even though they're in the Bronx, they're not going to win 4 straight against this LA Dodger team.
No, they may win 1 or 2, but other than that,
right.
Yep.
Good thing Ohtani didn't get hurt last week, the other night. He almost went out for the year. I thought it was his arm again.
Shoulder.
Yeah, luckily it was just his shoulder because his arm, he out be what could pitch next year.
I don't know if he'll pitch again.
He may not, because they won a World Series out in pitching.
Yeah, I mean, what's
if they win it, they probably will.
Anything else before we go?
Just want to say happy anniversary to my 2-month anniversary to my girlfriend.
Excellent. And we also want to make a big shout out to Rod.
Let me say that. Happy anniversary to my girlfriend.
Congratulations to you two. And we also want to extend a congratulations to our Ballon d'Or winners. That Ballon d'Or is the Heisman Trophy of European soccer. Rodri from Man City in Spain won it for the men's. Ania Pamati from Barcelona and Spain won it for the women's. So congratulations to them both.
I'm telling you right now, did anybody understand what he just said? That's what I'm here for, to make sure he knows what to say. But anyway.
I noticed that about, but anything else?
This is been a fun week again. Chop on the top.
Made it
Number
work.
11, the Halloween edition. Somebody told me the Joker was here earlier.
Yes.
Okay, were you scared?
No.
Not at
I
all.
was a little confused, honestly.
That's what he's there for, to make you confused. I mean, sorry, I got back in the character for a minute there.
So it was you.
Might have been.
Fair enough.
So what else would you expect? Would you expect anything more from me, or anything less?
Either way.
Just continue to watch the podcast. We enjoy every week coming to you live. We've had some pretty good podcasts lately. I think we're getting in a rhythm as a group, as a
Absolutely.
team.
We love doing this. We love seeing y'all interact. Follow us on our socials.
Would you be interested in going to a Friday night football game this week?
I am already going to one.
Which one?
Grimsley Northern.
Oh, okay. Is
And
that a big game?
one other one. Yes, it is.
What's the records?
Grimsley's undefeated. I don't know about Northern.
Let's look it up real quick.
While we're on the topic of high school football, the ship has sunk for the 6th straight year. Grimsley has defeated Page.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, heavens indeed. It is good. The ship is at the bottom of the ocean.
We might end up going to that game live. We'll keep you updated and do a show from there.
We will.
If it's that big a game, that's something we need to think about doing. Going forward, possibly. In the next couple of years, next year, is maybe Friday night that we're available to go to a Friday night football game. It's going to be undefeated versus undefeated.
Oh, it
The
is.
place is going to be slam packed.
Yeah, you're right. I know.
We got to get a table. This is a side conversation here. We got to get a table.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And put a little logo on front. That could be our table right over here.
We'll discuss. No.
You don't like that idea?
That table's way too heavy.
But that being said, thank you all for watching tonight. Thank you for the people that commented. We need your help. Me and William are fired up every week to get on there for you. It makes my week better every time we come out here.
Absolutely, it makes my week too. It's a great start to the week. I hope it does the same for y'all.
Please watch on YouTube. Please subscribe. We love doing this for every week. I keep saying that. Yes.
As well. I mean, I know you guys, and we will be back in a week.
Or we could be live Friday night.
We
might do a pregame show from one of the bigger high school games of the year, Northern Guilford against Grimsley.
Yes, so we'll keep you updated on that.
And that's it from my mouth.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Have a good week and go Vols.
Go Noles, and go Tar Heels.